Hello and welcome to Pro Trader Strategies Market Commentary for Monday, August the 8th. My name's Eric Wilkinson. Some of you may recognize me as the Wolfman from CNBC, Fox Business, or even the Wall Street Journal, where I've commented on everything from economic to geopolitical and market analysis. Please keep in mind that everything that we talk about in these market commentaries is not a solicitation to buy or sell any of these securities or strategies. At the end of the day, we're here to teach you some different strategies that you can implement into your own portfolios, but please do that in your own way. The reason why I can't give you a recommendation on a particular stock or strategy is because I don't know your risk parameters. I don't know what's in your portfolios. So therefore, what I'm doing could be counterintuitive to what you are already doing. Having that out of the way, let's get this on. Not a whole lot of economic data today because it is a Monday, and usually there's not a lot of economic data released on Mondays. So we just have the market forces pushing back and forth. As you can see here with crude oil, we got it up about $1.25 right now, pretty close to the highs of the day. Remember, as soon as we came down here, broke below and came back above this Fibonacci level, it looks to me like it really wants to come back up to the point of control, right around that $45 a barrel range. So we'll have to see if this Fibonacci level will act as support as it did, or as resistance as it acted as support on the way down. That could be a little bit of a point of contention for the bulls to try and get through first, but that is yet to be seen. On to gold. Gold down a little bit on the day, down about $2.50 for the most part. Holding its own though, with this equities are trying to tread water right now, so it's kind of like gold is holding up pretty well, waiting to see if the shoe drops in the equities. We haven't seen that happen today, but the overall market's pushing higher on the equities right now. Bonds also kind of waiting there, to be the savior if the market does drop out. They aren't giving up much ground, just down one tick on the day. NASDAQ down a little bit, but did make a new high, printed right into the 4,800 handle for just a brief moment, and then started sliding back off. E-mini S&Ps right there, that's what I was talking about, treading water. They've just since gone into negative territory, but right there at the high water mark, if you will, but also printing a new high today at 2183. These are historical highs, people, and although we've had decent economic data, they aren't as great as one would expect to see these kind of highs. As you can see right here, just pushing into negative territory in the past half an hour or so, but back and forth, give or take any line in the sand. But the overall market printing overnight highs. I don't know if the intraday is going to print that. They might very well, just because that is such a significant data point. On to a couple of trades that I've done. Now, I talked about this in the webinar also, and with Citi, I was looking at it like if the Fed actually starts seeing data points come out like we saw with the ISM numbers, that it's starting to be a little bit better here and across the pond on those data points. That is one of the major economic data points that the Fed looks at. They could increase that rate, or increase the rates for the Fed funds a little bit earlier than what was expected. At one point it was pushed out into next year, and then it's kind of moved into December. It might even get moved up again if we continue to see good economic data across the board. So these bank stocks the financials will actually do a lot better in that kind of environment, because they will be able to make a little bit more money on interest. So that being said, I decided to go into the October-September 47.5 call calendar. And what that is I'm buying the set 47.5 calls to help finance a little bit of those I'm selling the September 47.5 calls to finance some of that October 47.5 calls that I'm long, and I bought it for 67 cents. So over the long term, being bullish those bank stocks, if we start seeing the Fed increase the probabilities of a rate hike. The rest of the market might not do as well because it might throw a bit of a tantrum, but at least the financials will participate in any upside in that kind of scenario. Then I went on to Nike. Now this was based on the webinar that we did on Friday. We did it on the put butterflies, and this was a scenario that wrapped around and fit all those rules of the put butterfly. And I decided to go into the September and did the 50, 55, 60 put butterfly. So I got short the 55, got long the, short the 50s, got long the 55s twice, and then got short the 60s also to help finance some of those long puts. So what we're looking for is an expansion outside of those wings, and I collected $2.55. So that kind of wraps around all the rules that we talked about in that webinar that I don't really have enough time to go over right now, but you can go to protraderstrategies.com and get that webinar sent to you. It's about an hour long, a lot of back and forth with the students in that class. Now we're going to be doing it on the short put butterfly, so that, or short call butterfly and then short put butterfly. So stay tuned for that one. That'll be on Friday, and then the following week for the put butterfly. Those are really good ones, really great information coming out of those, and a lot of back and forth with the students. So that's good stuff. All right, that's about all I got for you guys today. Oh, one other thing is we've got a couple of earnings coming out. Still, it's starting to dwindle down, but this is the last chance opportunity. Tomorrow we've got Disney after the close, and then today we've got that I'm going to be implementing today is for COH and Hertz. So we'll be looking out for those. The Hertz one is today after the close. I'll be looking at putting that one on, so follow me on Twitter and you can see what those trades are going to be. And COH also is going to be tomorrow morning before the open, so we'll be putting those on probably later on in the day here if we can find some good strategies to wrap around these. All right, if you can't take that, take it easy.